Hello and welcome to this India Today special, where we are joined by a very special guest, a man who's been in the eye of the news for a variety of reasons in the last couple of weeks. The Parliamentary Affairs Minister, Prahlad Joshi, joins us. Appreciate you joining us, Mr. Joshi. You've had a very tough Parliament session. In the last few days alone, last week, 146 MPs suspended. Many are saying the government wants an opposition-mukt parliament. How do you respond?
Government wants that everything should be discussed, every bill should be discussed. But Congress and opposition wants that it doesn't want to discuss. That is the problem. So when they decide that we should not participate, then what option government will have?
So, but the treasury, you are in the treasury benches, you are Parliamentary Affairs Minister. It is your job, your responsibility to get Parliament to function. You're blaming them, they are blaming you. They are saying all they wanted was Home Minister Amit Shah to make one statement on the security breach in Parliament. Parliament would have functioned normally.
That's all. See what they did in the last session. We want discussion on Manipur. That was exactly the words in the all-party meeting before to Parliament, where we normally have the all-party meeting. At that time, what they said, we want discussion on Manipur. Then I spoke immediately to Rajnath Singh ji, and before to that also I was having idea. I had a word with the Honorable Home Minister. He said, you can say okay. When I said okay, then what they started, we want Prime Minister statement. See, if you decide and come not to allow the Parliament to function, so when you decide, ये जो सोते हैं ना, उनको आप जगा सकते हैं. जो सोने का नाटक करते हैं, नींद करने का नाटक करते हैं, उनको अब जगाने का बहुत मुश्किल है.
No, but what was the problem with the Home Minister issuing a statement in Parliament? It was a simple thing to do. You could have resolved it on day one.
See, what the day on which this incident took place, on that day itself, the same day, as soon as it was over, 2 o'clock, it got we got reassembled. Parliament got reassembled. Then discussion was on, and before to that, all-party floor leaders meeting was held, and at that time also it was clearly explained that previously also such incidents have taken place, and more serious incidents have been taken place. At that time also, since it happened within the chamber of the Parliament, within the chamber, so Speaker has taken the note. Speaker is the custodian, and it comes under his authority. At that time, whatever the procedure was followed, that procedure is followed. Now it is been, one is it is been it will be, there will be high level inquiry. Second is for the further increase in the security, strengthening the security, DGCRPF will be given charge, and he will be addressing the issues and he will recommend it. After having said that, Parliament restarted. After 40 minutes of the discussion, what happened? Even Adhir Ranjan spoke. After that, what happened to Congress party and these other opposition party? Why did you try to disrupt the Parliament? And it was told to them also, let the details come in, because who they are, all those things are not known. Now the Speaker has made a statement, Speaker has written a new letter. It is, let the details come out and government will make a statement also. We never said we will not make the statement. But you decide and come not to run the Parliament. How can you function?
You're saying that the opposition had pre-decided not to let Parliament function, but look at what the government responds, or the chair responds by suspending 146 MPs. I mean, is this not clearly disproportionate? Is this not sending out a wrong signal for the future now? Every time anyone now protests, you're going to suspend them. 146, sir.
Rajdeep, what do you mean by protest? I think you are not covering the Parliament. Somebody was covering the Parliament.
No, I was watching Parliament, sir.
You listen to me. See, the day one in the new Parliament, because that was the first session of 2 days only there, and when we did the Women Reservation Bill, this is the first session effectively from the new building. Then Speaker called a meeting under the leadership of, presidency of the Speaker, and in other house with the chairman, of course. All parties sat together and he made a request. Now 75 years is over, whatever has happened, happened. So you please cooperate, and nobody should bring the placard and as far as possible you avoid the disruption, but at least placard is clearly banned. This is what was said. And he put forth a resolution in the floor leaders meeting. Everybody agreed. And if somebody comes with the placard...
Everybody agreed that they will not bring placards in the floor leaders meeting.
Yes. Then it was decided that if somebody comes, then there will be action, because on the same day, the day on which the meeting was held, Mr. Danish Ali came with the placard on his body, and at that time he told, in any form, if somebody brings, then there will be suspension. Everybody agreed, and 4-5 days, not 4-5 days, almost up to 18th, if my memory goes right, 18th was the incident. From 4th to almost 18th, 12th, everything went on well. There was a discussion, and even on that day also, discussion started. Ashwini Vaishnav piloted the bill, and after that 40 minutes, आपको कोई कहीं से direction मिलता है, आप तुरंत आके आप disrupt करते हैं.
But why suspend? Then,
then
my
what
point
is
is,
no, Rajdeep,
aren't there other ways in which you can start a dialogue between the government and the opposition? What many of us who have been observing Parliament feel that there is a complete absence of any kind of dialogue. There is no samvad. It is, you have your position, they have their position, and there seems to be no meeting ground. I mean, surely there could be some way in which you could find a meeting ground, sir, between the two sides. Are you telling me it is impossible to work with the opposition?
No. Who said there was no samvad? If you work on a perception, I can't reply. I can reply to the questions. See, there we requested them. After first day, we suspended 13 MPs as per the agreement. Then we told them, please do come, let us have a talk. And Speaker had also called, do have a meeting. Then you decide that. Hereafter, at least, we will not bring the placard. Let us discuss everything. We don't have any problem. And there are so many bills, and out of that, around 12 bills, which we are supposed to pass from that day to till the end, out of 12 bills, more than 5 bills are of the Home Ministry. You can discuss anything. We are open for the discussion. You will be clubbed, but assure that we are not going to bring the placard. But what they wanted that after this result of this election, Parliament is functioning so smoothly. Everybody, some of the MPs of the Congress party and other party, they were expressing also, इतना स्मूथ चल रहा है ऐसे, ये क्या पार्लियामेंट है? तो मेंटालिटी देखो जी. तो तब दे डिसाइड किया कि पार्लियामेंट नहीं चलना, क्योंकि दे वांटेड टू डाइवर्ट. ये हार का बदला लेना चाहते थे. जो लोगों ने हराया, तो पार्टी ने नहीं हराया. पार्टी
वो कह रहे हैं, आप कह रहे हैं वो हार का बदला लेना चाहते थे. वो कह रहे हैं दिस गवर्नमेंट डज नॉट वांट टू फेस एनी इनकन्वीनियंट क्वेश्चंस इन पार्लियामेंट. सिक्योरिटी ब्रीच पर सवाल ही नहीं गवर्नमेंट लेना चाहती है, बिकॉज इट विल एम्बैरेस द गवर्नमेंट, एंड दैट हैज बीन द पैटर्न. वेदर इट इज कोविड, वेदर इट इज चाइना इंट्रूजन, नाउ दिस सिक्योरिटी ब्रीच ऑन इनकन्वीनियंट क्वेश्चंस, गवर्नमेंट डज नॉट वांट टू आंसर.
See, on all the issues where there is no involvement of the sensitiveness and other things like military and security affairs, everything we were ready and we are ready. Who say, they only asked Manipur. Then did we not discuss on the Manipur? Then they asked discussion on the economy and unemployment. Did we not reply on that? What they are talking and how they are behaving, you please try to let them analyze themselves.
No, so then explain to me, Mr. Minister, the 17 Lok Sabha is almost coming to an end. It has seen the least number of sittings in terms of overall. I know you had 2 years, a year went because of COVID, so that was one restriction. But overall, the number of adjournments, number of disruptions have been at an all-time high. And therefore, Parliament has functioned also for the fewest days. Is that not something worrying as an observer, as someone who's been an MP for so many years, that it almost seems from the outside Parliament has become dysfunctional, sir?
No, it is really a worrisome factor. There is a continuous disruption without any proper, reasonable cause also. There is a disruption. It is most unfortunate. But we are trying our best to convince them, and we have also told that anything we are ready, any subject we are ready for the discussion. And even on the China and other things, whatever needed statement was there, we have made the statement. And
but bills are being passed without discussion. Budget
Budget
was passed without a proper discussion. The criminal procedure code this week was passed without discussion. So many MPs suspended. it almost seems at the moment that we are heading towards, according to the critics, single party democracy. What about multi-party democracy?
Rajdeep, first you withdraw the word that without discussion.
Budget was passed through a voice vote.
No, please listen to me, no?
Sir.
When you ask the question,
Sir,
you
please.
need to listen also, no?
Please.
So you first of all, yesterday's discussion, how many hours it was discussed, and in the BAC what they demanded, we said 4 hours each, 3 bills, 12 hours, and discussion goes together. They said we want 15 hours. We said 15 hours, okay, no problem. And yesterday it was discussed at around 2 o'clock. We started 8:30. It was ended, and other parties also discussed. Our party also discussed. And as far as these 3 bills are concerned, these 3 bills, whatever the consultation, whatever the overall stakeholders consultation, इतना consultation चर्चा किसी बिल में शायद नहीं हुआ है. तो Honorable Home Minister wrote to the Supreme Court, Supreme Court judges, High Court judges, all MPs, many of the lawyers, and then to the Standing Committee. I think thousands of, lakhs of, suggestions we received. Everything was examined, and then entire new bill was brought after it came out of the Standing Committee. Entire new bill, because there are so many suggestions. Please listen to me.
Yes.
So how can you say? And in Lok Sabha we discussed it more than I think 6-7 hours. How can you say if they have decided? See, after a suspension of 13 MPs, what was their request? You please suspend also. You please suspend us also. This was the request from the opposition party. Is it fact or not? You ask them.
So you're saying the opposition used the suspensions as a tactic in a way to ensure that Parliament is...
They never wanted to run the Parliament.
They didn't want to run the Parliament. But I want to understand from you, when I look at the numbers, 2004 to 14, sir, UPA 1 and 2, 50 MPs were suspended Lok Sabha. 2014 to 23, it's 210 and counting. What does this suggest? Is there a breakdown of trust? The opposition does not want to work with you, and you are a majority government, you don't want to work with the opposition. My way or the highway seems to be on both sides.
That is not correct, and I have already explained you the position many a times. We requested them. We asked for the consultation. We asked for ultimately it is the democracy where you can corner the government by disrupting government. Normally क्या होता है? By disrupting, opposition will be losing the opportunity. You could have raised 100 questions against the government, and इतने बड़े देश में, in such a big country, you can, any government, कितने भी अच्छे काम करते हैं तो भी कहीं ना कहीं तो कॉर्नर कर सकते हैं. वो भी आप ना सुनो, आप अपॉर्चुनिटी खो लेते हैं, और हमारा रिक्वेस्ट करने के बावजूद भी तो आप चुनाव के रिजल्ट के बाद आप क्या बोलते हैं? आप ये बोलते हैं ऐसे आराम से चल रहा है, और एक मौका मिलता है 40 मिनट, आप 2 बजे के बाद 40 मिनट चर्चा क्यों किया आपने? बाद में कौन बोला आपको रोकने के लिए?
So who do you think stopped it? You're hinting that someone outside the Parliament instructed the MPs to disrupt Parliament and not allow it to function. That's the insinuation you're making, right? You're saying someone is directing the Congress MPs to get themselves suspended.
As soon as it started again at 2 o'clock, it ran up to the 2:40. And who disrupted it? Ask why did they allow for 40 minutes, and then why did they stop it?
Sir, but the question
you reply my question.
So that is for the opposition MPs they have to reply as to why they disrupted. You have to tell me why you are unable to get this Parliament to function. I say, is there a breakdown of trust? They don't want to, in a way, work with your government for whatever reason. And you have a majority, so you can pass all these bills without needing the opposition. You don't even need the opposition. They are saying this is Gujarat model that has been brought to Delhi. There also, Parliament would be the Assembly would be disrupted, MLAs suspended, all bills passed without discussion.
From last 30 years, they are telling Gujarat model, and they are trying to ridicule it. But last 20 years, people have accepted it. First, Gujarat people accepted. Gujarat के मतदारों ने accept किया. अभी देश ने एक्सेप्ट किया है, और तीसरी बार भी एक्सेप्ट करने जा रहे हैं. यही प्रॉब्लम है उनका तो पेन जो है. अभी जो सर्वे रिपोर्ट आया है 5 राज्यों के चुनाव का नतीजा जो आया है, इसके बारे में उनका बहुत ही असुविधा हो रहा है. वो तो थोड़ा अनकंफर्टेबल हो रहा है. वो अनकंफर्टेबल का कारण है they do not want to run the parliament.
Could someone have picked up a phone, maybe even the Prime Minister, spoken to leaders or senior leaders of the opposition and said, look, let's get Parliament to function. This is not sending out a right signal. It appears the Prime Minister made no such effort. Did you make such an effort? Did anyone make an effort to reach out to each leader?
Myself, Piyush ji, many we have done. We said, if you are okay for the consultation, if you are okay for the dialogue, we are ready. But you have to only ensure us that we will not bring the placard as it was decided in the speakers and chairman's meeting.
Where all parties were present.
All parties
and they all agreed. You're saying that they will not.
How many times I should?
No, so because this is you're telling me that they all agreed.
You please listen to me. I am making this statement very categorically in presence of speaker and in presence of chairman. It was decided that this is a new parliament. Let us do a new beginning. We shall not bring the placard. At least let us not bring the placard. This is not good. This is not good in the interest of, because people are looking at us. This is a parliamentary democracy. Let us not do that. And everybody has agreed that.
But you agree?
Nobody disagreed.
In that meeting, nobody disagreed. You're saying, but you agree, sir, that the security breach is a serious issue.
I have never,
and it needs a serious investigation and maybe a serious explanation. Will we get that explanation?
Who said explanation will not be given? This is under the custodian of the. See, previously also incident has happened.
Yes, 2001, Mr. Advani, Home Minister, stood up in Parliament and replied.
Rajdeep ji, मैं आपको यही कह रहा हूँ जो मैं शुरू करता हूँ बीच में आप बोले
तो please go ahead.
You please listen to me ना.
Please, sir.
See, 2001 was an altogether different issue, and before to 2000, whatever had happened, where dagger was bought inside, pistol was bought inside, so many such incidents happened. At that time, what procedure was followed by the then learned speaker, the same procedure was followed by the speaker. Now it is because it happened entirely within the chamber. Entirely within the chamber. So matter was handed over to the police. That is, the high level inquiry is going to be conducted. This is what he announced. Mr. Speaker announced. Then it was handed over to Delhi police. FIR was filed. Then for the further security, DG CRPF was made to observe and give his comments. Now inquiry is going on. So many people are being arrested. So who said we will not make the statement? Let the preliminary inquiry be over and come the report. How can we make the statement? And 1 minute, sir. Speaker has made the statement that this has happened, and as per the previous precedents, I have given it to the high level for the inquiry to the Delhi police, and also I have asked the DG CRPF to go into the details. And after speaker making statement, the government after receiving the report, who is behind it, why it happened, all those things will be, naturally it has to be reported to the parliament, and we have never said no for that.
So as Parliamentary Affairs Minister, do you regret that under your stewardship 146 MPs accounting for almost 25% of the country have got suspended?
I feel even to suspend one MP, I feel very bad, because ultimately it is democracy and everybody should be allowed to participate. And our best effort was that everybody should be inside. And especially after 13 MPs suspended, we folded hand, we requested them personally. तो इसको अगर आप एक कमिटमेंट दे दो हमको कि आप प्ले कार्ड नहीं लाएंगे, इस पर कुछ बैठ के वार्तालाप करके कुछ करा देंगे. But they had decided not to allow the parliament to function.
No placards and no entering the well of the house, right? These were the two basic conditions at that time.
Basically more thrust.
But placard, the thrust was on placard.
Thrust was on the placard.
So
otherwise also even entering the well also, it was well discussed. But somehow I can't say that that was also 100% agreed, but at least placard, it was well agreed that we will not bring the placard.
Sir,
but at the insistence of some particular leader, immediately it was broken.
You want to tell us who that leader is?
It is Mr. Rahul Gandhi.
That's what you are telling me. Now you are telling me Rahul Gandhi was the one who
He never wanted for parliament that it.
So he's the one who goaded these MPs to take placards, you are claiming. That's a serious allegation,
yes.
Mr. Minister, you're making. On the other side, this session started with Mahua Moitra being expelled. That, in a sense, also got the backup of the opposition. They feel all of this was rigged, fixed because Mahua Moitra had raised the Adani issue in parliament. That's what they claim.
No, they can claim anything, but is it not a fact that she gave her ID to some other competitor of some other business person? Corporate world में जो काम करते थे उनको नहीं दिया, तो did she not agree? And is it not a fact that in one single day her official email was accessed in 5 countries, in 5 different places, and is it not fact that
So legitimate procedure was followed, she was given a due hearing in your view?
ethics committee में पूरा उनको मौका दिया गया, and the same procedure was followed when 11 members were expelled by the Somnath Chatterjee. As far as I may be having difference of opinion as far as Somnath Chatterjee's ideology is concerned, but he was a very learned man. He knew the each and every rule, and he at that time gave a ruling that since they have been appeared before the committee, they need not talk anything here. This is what is followed, and due process was followed. And because she herself admitted, yes, I have given ID, and the concerned person gave the affidavit that I have used her ID and I have given her so many things, and he came and endorsed in front of our ambassador there.
Should he not have been cross-examined? The person is making charges against an MP. Should the MP not have the right to cross-examine the person?
No, he has filed the affidavit. She did not deny, I have not given the ID. See, what he has done, that is altogether, it is a different, it has to be inquired differently, whether how ethics committee and speaker goes, I don't know at this moment. But is it not a fact that she has agreed that I have given the ID?
But she has the right to cross-examine also.
No, that is different. But basically, morally, is it right?
Okay, I want to ask you this.
No, morally, is it right? Not wrong, no.
Okay.
I cannot give my mail ID, which is given to me, ask the questions, raise the discussion in the house to somebody else who sits in the Dubai and operates. So, ये तो चलता है क्या?
Sir, we are ending a year where Rahul Gandhi was disqualified from parliament, eventually came back. We've had a Lakshadweep MP who was also disqualified over a criminal case. All of these matters have led someone to believe, and then the latest incident led generally a general feeling government and opposition cannot work together. I repeat, breakdown of trust. You don't agree with this breakdown of trust?
No, we are trying to create the atmosphere where we can work together, but they have decided, their intolerance is developing like anything. They don't, ये Modi ji kahan se aaya?
You're saying they don't accept Modi as Prime Minister?
The people have accepted it. They feel that, ये Modi ji kahan se aaya? ये हमारा चेयर, हमारा ये प्रधानमंत्री का, ये कहां से बैठे? ये सोच है ना, ये सोच उनको, ये जो हारे 2 बार हारे हैं और स्टेट में भी हार रहे हैं ना, ये डाइजेस्ट नहीं कर रहे. ये डेमोक्रेसी है, हार और जीत जनता डिसाइड करते हैं, हम नहीं करते हैं. जब जनता डिसाइड करते है उसको स्वीकार करना. हम 2 एमपी थे, 2 एमपी जब अद्वानी जी वाजपेयी जी के जमाने में हम एक बार 2 एमपी थे, तब भी हमने ऐसा व्यवहार नहीं किया है जी.
So finally, what's the solution, Mr. Joshi?
What
is the solution? You're the Parliamentary Affairs Minister. You've seen all this happening. You're a senior member of Parliament. What is the solution? Are we just, I mean, should we just lock up Parliament? Parliament ko lock up kar dete hai. Let whoever is the majority party carry on with legislative business. Opposition will continue to disrupt. Is that the solution? Do you have a solution, sir?
See, once again, I will tell you, opposition will have a greatest opportunity to order any government. With folded hand, I request them. अभी भी आप डिसाइड करो, जो निर्णय हुआ है स्पीकर के सामने, तो हम प्लेकार्ड वगैरह नहीं लाएंगे. हम तो फिर से आपसे बात बिफोर टू अगेन बजट सेशन, which is of course this time it will
it's
be
only a few days, sir.
Interim budget,
yes.
And it will be 10 days. Few days बोले तो भी 10 minimum 10 days होता है. वो 10 days में भी आप पार्टिसिपेट करो. राष्ट्रपति के भाषण होता है, राष्ट्रपति के भाषण पर चर्चा होता है, धन्यवाद मोशन पर चर्चा होता है. मैं फोल्डेड हैंड्स आई अपील देम, प्लीज कम फॉर द डिस्कशन. पार्लियामेंट इज नॉट फॉर द डिसरप्शन. ठीक है, पहले वो किया है, वो चर्चा हम नहीं करेंगे. एक निर्णय जो हमने किया है, नया भवन में हम गए हैं, नया बिल्डिंग में हम गए, नया सोच के साथ जाएंगे, और भारत भी बदल रहा है, दुनिया भी भारत को स्वीकार कर रहा है. हम मिलकर चर्चा करेंगे. चर्चा ही सॉल्यूशन का एकमात्र रास्ता है.
Because you have said that they are desperate. They are saying that you switch off their mics, camera is not focused on them, their speeches are not heard. An MP from your party, sir, used such bad language against Danish Ali, nothing is done to him. This is a one-sided parliament. So they are saying tali do haath se bajti hai. You want them to reach out to you, you will also have to reach out.
One thing I will tell you, whatever mic, camera, these things today it is not happening.
Ramesh Biduri's statements.
Please listen to me.
Sir.
Please listen to me.
Sir.
राजदीप जी, मेरा एक सलाह है आपको.
Sir.
आपको जब किसी के पास आप इंटरव्यू के लिए जाते हैं ना, वो जो रिप्लाई जो देते हैं वो तो भी सुनना पड़ेगा ना.
Of course, sir.
हाँ, सुनिए ना अभी.
Yes.
तो ये जो माइक ऑफ करते हैं, कैमरा, ये कैमरा क्या आप पेपर फाड़ के फेंकते हो, कैमरा में दिखाना चाहिए क्या? व्हाट डू यू एडवाइज मी? यू प्लीज एडवाइज एज ए फ्रेंड टू मी। तो ये पेपर फाड़ के ऐसे, ये पेपर ऐसे फोल्ड करके तू करते हैं ना, वो तो दिखाना चाहिए क्या?
बैड बिहेवियर।
तो ये करते हैं ना, वो नहीं दिखाते हैं। और फ्रॉम लास्ट 75 years, एटलीस्ट फ्रॉम 52 आफ्टर द फर्स्ट जनरल इलेक्शन, पार्लियामेंट में स्पीकर जिसको परमिशन देता है उनका ही माइक ऑन होता है। और कभी कभी मैं भी खड़े हो जाता हूं एज ए पार्लियामेंट अफेयर्स, मेरा भी माइक जब ऑन नहीं होता है ना, मेरा रिकॉर्ड में नहीं आता है। राजदीप जी, ये सिस्टम है, ये सिस्टम हमने नहीं क्रिएट किया, मोदी जी आने के बाद ये सिस्टम नहीं आया, ये सिस्टम हुआ है 1952 से।
रमेश बिदूरी पर कोई एक्शन, एनी एक्शन ऑन रमेश बिदूरी?
प्रिविलेज कमेटी का दोनों में तो विषय है, प्रिविलेज कमेटी एक आध बार नोटिस दे के बुलाया भी है, तो प्रिविलेज कमेटी।
Here is the problem, no? You act immediately against Mahua Moitra, Ramesh Biduri, privilege committee.
I am very sorry, Mr. Rajdeep, why you are comparing Mahua and this thing. Mahua has agreed that I have given ID, I have taken gift from him, and the same day, same places it was accessed. ये तो Mahua agree किया है। इसमें तो उन्होंने गलत भाषा का प्रयोग किया, ये आरोप है, और ये रिकॉर्ड पे भी आया है, इसको एक्सपंज भी हुआ है। और स्वयं राजनाथ सिंह ने इसके कंडेम करके उन्होंने विषाद व्यक्त किया है। ये सब होने के बावजूद भी प्रिविलेज कमेटी में गए। प्रिविलेज कमेटी शायद very shortly it is going to give the report as far as I have the information.
As I end, let me lighten the mood. Is it easy being a parliamentary affairs minister, or is it difficult? Do you feel sometimes like a school prince? I mean, the speaker of the Lok Sabha, Om Birla, has been attacked and questioned, saying he's behaving in a partisan manner. As parliamentary affairs minister, have you found life very difficult?
See, whatever comes to us, we have to try to enjoy our work. I am trying to enjoy my work.
Well, you've always been very receptive to taking all the questions, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Prahlad Joshi ji, for joining me. The Parliamentary Affairs Minister, Prahlad Joshi. Not an easy job in India today, being a Parliamentary Affairs Minister. Thanks for watching.